What is up? What is up? What is up, folks? How you doing tonight? Time for some betting. Betting on sports. That's what we do here. Last minute betting. We are live on Facebook. We're live on X. We're live on YouTube. Come check us out. Check us out. We're ready to rock and roll here tonight. Lots of stuff happening in the world of sports. We're brought to you by OddsJam, the premier odds comparison company for sports bettors worldwide. Go to oddsjam.com/subscribe and start your free trial. And it's time for Monday Night Football tonight, December 22nd. We're almost to Christmas. We're excited to be here. And on top of that, the best Christmas present I could have received from all of you is we are now up over 1,900 subscribers. Yes, let's hear it for the subscribers. A long time to get there, but finally made it to 1,900. We'll make it to $2,000, $3,000, and beyond before you know it. All right, sharp money. Check out Sharp Money from OddsJam. There's a link below in the description. And the reason that I mention this is we are on an 18-3 heater with Sharp Money. Sharp Money is on an 18-3 heater. And it has been really, really good. Just picking a few plays. And these are plays that we're picking off of this show when we're doing this show. So some good stuff happening there. And yeah. In the meantime, what a weekend of NFL football. A lot of craziness. How about them Bears? The Bears. Let's hear it for the Bears. I'm happy for them. Also, that crazy Pittsburgh-Detroit game, pass interference at the end of that game. Amon-Ra St. Brown, offensive pass interference. Was it really?
Yeah, absolutely. Created enough separation there with the push. Yeah, definitely was. And then before that, you remember you had the offensive pass interference on the pick play. Amon-Ra caught a touchdown pass, but it didn't count because one of the receivers, I don't remember who it was, ran into the guy and it was a pick. So you had offensive pass interference there. Then Detroit gets a false start. So they backed themselves up even more. They were sitting at like the 1 or 2 yard line. And then, you had that offensive pass interference that negated the touchdown, the penalty, backed them up. And yeah, that last play, I mean, that's the right call. I mean, it's clear, it's a heck of an effort by him, getting that lateral to Goff, and Goff gets in the end zone. But keep in mind, everybody saw flags and there was chaos. I don't know if there was a whistle, but there was Pittsburgh players just standing there as Goff's running in. And then they're like, oh crap, maybe, so a lot of chaos there at the end. Right call, I think. I think Pittsburgh played a heck of a game and, did enough. I think it's one Detroit probably would have liked to have had. Obviously, they needed it. But, they didn't do enough to win that game,
I'm thinking Mr. Campbell has got to rethink how he is doing things nowadays. Like, they
got a lot of injuries, Bob. You got to keep that in mind. I mean, they're without Laporta.
You can't go fourth down all the time, man.
Well, that's not what cost. I mean, the problem yesterday was a number of things, but they have a lot of injuries. They're banged up in their secondary really bad. They're banged up defensively, offensive line banged up. Obviously missing Laporta. That's a big weapon to not have. I mean, he does a lot for that team, not only catching the football, but blocking as well. He's one of the best tight ends in the game. So, I mean, it's just unfortunate for Detroit. They had a chance to win that game, and maybe they should have won that game, but they didn't,
Yeah, roll Tide.
Yeah, absolutely. It was definitely the right call. Where is Tristan? Yeah, he's probably going to be MIA because his Sooners lost and his Panthers lost to the Blues. So we probably won't hear a peep out of Tristan for a minute at least.
Probably not. Probably not.
Does
Alabama have any chance against Indiana?
There's crickets all over the Discord right now because he was blowing the Discord up about how bad the Panthers were going to win, and of course they lost.
Once again, does Alabama have any chance of winning against Indiana?
I mean, I think they got a chance. And the scary thing is, I think now is, Alabama feeling like, everybody thinking they shouldn't be in this thing, and they've got a chance to really shut people up now. So, yeah, I mean, I think they got a chance. Definitely.
I got to say something here, Randall. I know you're out there. I remember a few years ago when I was on Bama.
Well, that's a different team, Bob.
No, Mike. He's all of a sudden a Bama guy.
Because
he wasn't back then.
Well, Bob, that changes year to year. He's not a Bama fan. He's a fan of teams that can make him money. And that team he must have not thought would make him any money that particular year. That doesn't mean now, yeah, of course if he's on Bama, he's going to be. Okay. Well, it's a different team, different year, different. I mean, it's.
We're getting ready to talk about Monday Night Football. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I recall that. Place was shut down by the time you tried to cash in.
That's right. Okay, we don't need to reiterate.
All right.
Pedro, our thoughts on tonight's game. Well, let me first say, and then I'll let Mike take over. But let me just first say that Mike is, a Phillip Rivers lover. Okay.
Oh, no, not
he loves Phillip Rivers. No. Yes, you do. You love Phillip Rivers. The guy can practically do no wrong.
No, that's not true.
So the fact that he's back and playing in the NFL thrills the hell out of him. But you know what? Phillip Rivers is a great guy, and what he's done is fantastic. But I'll let you get a more different perspective from Mike, who,
Again, I rooted for him. I liked his spirit, his competitiveness. He made mistakes through his career, and he played in an AFC championship game with a torn ACL and tried to gut it out, and while LaDainian Tomlinson sat on the sidelines with a hurt toe or something, and that's kind of disappointing. But no, I think he was a great quarterback. No, I don't think he's going to be able to lead this team anywhere. No, he's 44. You could tell the game plan, of course. I don't think they wanted to try too much on such a short week. Maybe they try a little more this week, but no, I don't think he's going to lead them to the playoffs. I mean, they could win out and they still miss the playoffs. So potentially. So, no, I don't think it's going to happen. And tonight, the only thing that will keep them in this game is the fact that San Francisco gives up a lot on the ground. And Jonathan Taylor, as we know, is probably due for a big game. He's been kind of quiet the last couple weeks or so. It ain't been your typical Jonathan Taylor performances for this season. So the only way they win this game is if Jonathan Taylor gets going. I mean, it's as simple as that. It has nothing to do with Phillip Rivers. Obviously he's got to not turn the ball over and things like that. But it's all coming down to Jonathan Taylor. That's the way this team operates, and they're banged up. And yeah, that's just where we're at. Right. Yeah, exactly, Randall, exactly. So this is the game. If Jonathan Taylor was ever going to break out and have a big one, this would probably be the one, and they need it more than ever because that's going to be the key for them. But we'll see what happens. I mean, San Francisco's been playing good. They've been pretty hot here lately. They've been banged up as well, but then you got to look at who they've been playing. Arizona, Carolina, Cleveland, not exactly world beaters there. The Giants, 4 of their last 5 wins are nothing spectacular. So, and remember, they got bounced by the Rams pretty good not too long ago. So I think they got a shot at winning this game. Yeah, definitely have a shot at winning this game. But it's all going to come down to Jonathan Taylor having a big game for sure. And then obviously Rivers has got to make sure that he's efficient on third down like he was against Seattle. You got to give him at least credit for that. He did do well on third down, and he can't turn the ball over. I know he had the interception at the end, but come on. Game was pretty well over anyway. 11 seconds.
You have all the stats down, man. You even knew what he did on third down. Wow. See, that's what I mean. You
paid
are
attention.
a lover.
No, he was good on third down. He was very good on third down.
And you and Randall should be on.
And Bob, common sense tells you when you're a heavy run team like Indianapolis, you're probably going to feed him the ball a lot. And you're probably going to see a lot of third down plays, situations, because they're probably going to load the box up to stop him. So, he's going to have some third down situations a lot because of that, because Jonathan Taylor is the focal point, and they're going to have to stick to that run game, even if it takes a minute to get going.
Okay. You and Randall, by the way, both on Indy. I'm sure he's rooting for him because
I'm rooting for him in a sense, but I'm not. I haven't pulled the trigger on backing them quite yet. I mean, I can't lie. There are some things that would worry you a little bit, but I don't know. I mean, again, I'm just looking at San Francisco, and yes, they've been playing good, but I just don't feel like they've really beaten anybody worthy. I mean, I guess you could say Carolina, but come on, man. You really think Carolina's that good, or is that division just that bad? Carolina, I don't think scares a lot of people, although they're competitive. I'll give them that, but I don't think they're a scary team. So no, I think that Indy has a great chance at making this thing close.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, definitely, Pedro. I mean, I think it's something to take into consideration. It doesn't mean we're on the Colts. It doesn't mean we're jumping on that. It just means that there are some things that point to maybe Indianapolis can hang in this game, maybe so. Yeah,
Good
definitely.
Game for fantasy. Yes, absolutely. And
absolutely.
Speaking of that, it's my turn.
Okay.
My turn is I get to talk about what I want to, and that is fantasy football. That's right, baby, because our league, first time we've ever had a fantasy football league, and I'm playing for the championship with a 30-something point lead on Justin, who has McCaffrey going tonight. Now, this is the first week of the playoffs, but he also lost Trevion Henderson yesterday. So, that
tough blow for him, maybe. We'll see. I don't know the extent of his injury yet, but
I don't either.
Definitely something to be on the lookout for, definitely. And losing him in that game definitely hurt him because, I mean, he only ended up with 2-point-something points, and he would have been, I mean, Stevenson had some good runs and I believe scored. That would have probably been Henderson if he was in the game. So,
right.
Yeah, that's a tough blow for him, but hey, that's what happens in fantasy.
Yeah, absolutely. No two ways about it. All right, I'm going to actually share my screen here real quick. Couple plays I want to run past you that we're going to be on Sharp Money. There's a Sharp Money page right there. I've got some player props up. This one's got, getting close to that $6,000 worth of liquidity threshold that I like. Steph Curry under 4.5 player threes and looks like I can get it at minus 120 on BetMGM. That is a play that I'm going to be on.
Yeah, no, I would roll with it. Definitely enough liquidity to like it. So looks like a lot of books favoring that as well. Depending upon where you can bet it. I mean, you definitely want to get the best value you can. It looked like somewhere was offering minus 104 if you even have that book, though, but which probably not because you have all books selected. But yeah, no, I think that's a good solid play to roll with.
Right, and that's the only problem that I have. I was looking for some other
Thanks,
plays
Pedro.
here. I'm not getting enough liquidity out of those.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mike, let's talk real quick about the play from our boy to DJ Moore, the Bears game, man. I mean, the Bears are now in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And you gotta give them credit for how far they've come and how far Caleb has come.
Yeah, no, I mean, absolutely. I mean, that was a heck of a throw by him to Moore, and that was a great catch as well. I mean, perfectly placed ball, and an unbelievable catch by Moore. Caleb Williams, and you got to give Ben Johnson credit for coming in and making this offense something to be feared. You're not used to seeing that with the Chicago Bears. It's usually defense, right? But this offense is showing that they are legit. And, they've had some good wins here recently, and to beat Green Bay, their division rivals, and really put themselves in a position to win this division, that's huge for them. So, yeah, I mean, I think Caleb Williams had a very good year this year, and, a lot of credit to him and Ben Johnson especially as well. So,
and let's not forget. You know what? Caleb Williams has made himself a better quarterback throwing on the run.
Yeah,
his pocket presence has gotten better. He's so much better than he was last year when it comes to pocket presence.
Yeah, I mean, different. It's amazing what a offensive mind can do for you, Bob. Last year he's a rookie, and you're going to have ups and downs. I mean, you can't expect him to come in and necessarily tear it up, like Jaden Daniels, but Jaden Daniels was put in a much better position than Caleb Williams with the team around him and things like that.
Right.
You see, even this year, Jaden Daniels obviously hurt, which is a bummer, and been hurt several times this year, but that stuff matters. So, Caleb Williams is in a much better position than he was last year, and he's got a coach that knows the side of the ball that he plays. So that makes a world of difference.
Now, if we want to talk a little bit more about quarterbacks and coaches, how about the job that Liam Cohen has done with the Jaguars, and what's happening with the resurgence of Trevor Lawrence? Trevor Lawrence looks like a completely different quarterback now.
I mean, he does. You got to give him credit. He does. Again, I haven't bought in fully to Jacksonville. Not going to lie, I haven't. But you look at what they're doing right now. I mean, now it's hard to say who have they played. You know what I mean? They've played the Colts. They've played the Broncos. And obviously that game against the Colts was the one that Daniel Jones got hurt in, but they thumped the Chargers pretty good. And a very impressive win against a team that a lot of people are high on in Denver. So
yeah,
I'm very impressed with what he's done with the Jaguars this year. And that's awesome.
Okay, I need to ask Randall. I hope you're still here because I've got a play I want you to look at here real quick in sharp money. Let me go back to sharp money. This Eastern Washington BYU game. Now, this is one thing you can do with sharp money. This is why I'm asking Randall about this. Okay. There's $22,000 worth of liquidity. It's a plus 9207 play. But hold on. But is it a play where you go ahead and put money on the spread? Because that's a lot of liquidity, and the spread you can get on Bet Rivers at plus 36.5.
Yeah, that's a tough one, man. That's a tough
It's
one.
one
I mean,
that
it's
I'm
one of
gonna
those you
add.
feel like you're getting a lot of points, but we know how this stuff goes.
Right.
Yeah,
I think it's
I think I'm good on that one, maybe.
okay.
But okay, he says spread is worth taking, in my opinion. Okay.
Yeah, I think so. It's a
Okay.
lot.
I mean, it is. I get, but again, we've heard Randall talk about that too. When when you have a spread that high, there's a reason behind it. I mean, BYU's a top 10 team, and Eastern Washington is pretty bad. So
now it comes to our next sharp money play.
But yeah, that sprinkle. Go ahead.
Central Michigan and Wisconsin. So let's go ahead and see what the spread is in this game. Hang on a second while I look for it.
It's probably going to be in the pushing 30.
Yep. Maybe. And we can get it at 29.5. Thoughts on that, Randall? Would you jump on that spread?
Was it how much liquidity was on that?
That was 10 grand.
Mm-hmm.
Over 10 grand. Anytime you have that, I've got to at least sprinkle, I think. That's just my opinion. And I'm going to do that with just a half a unit. I mean, I think it's worth a shot.
I mean, why not? Why not put a little bit on it? I mean, just see how it goes. I mean, or track it. Just add it to your bet tracker and don't bet it and see how it tracks. And then that maybe in the future some of those are worth putting a little bit of money on. So
well, that's what I've been doing. But that's what we've been putting some money on them.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I mean, I mean,
and then what I'm doing is I'm going in and I'm actually changing it to a sharp money play because sharp money is what led me to that spread.
Mm-hmm.
So the only one I'm really confident on is the Curry play. I under 4.5 threes. I like that. But those are some sharp money plays that we got going on. Also tonight, George Kittle, Michael Pittman Jr., anytime touchdowns, and Jonathan Taylor, a first half anytime touchdown score.
Yeah, they're going to need him to get going, and what better way than to get him in the end zone early at least in the first half at some point. So,
that's right.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
I know you don't want to talk about anything to do with teams that I root for, but Wilson Contreras happens to be a well-known baseball player, and a lot of people out there are fans of him. He got traded to the Boston Red Sox for 3 pitchers. I'm not even going to talk about it from the Cardinals' perspective. I'm going to talk about this from the Red Sox perspective. I think that's a hell of a pickup because with the Green Monster and Wilson Contreras, he could be a double machine.
Yeah, no, that's a good pickup, no doubt about it. I would have to agree with that.
Red Sox aren't kidding around. I mean, they're going out and trying to get people. Crochet last year, they got Gray, they got Contreras. I mean, plus all the other pieces that they have. I think they're ready to push the American League East a little bit. They're tired of the Yankees, and Red Sox are coming back. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I think that's a good move, and I'm not sure that they're going to be done making moves yet. If you're Boston,
I agree.
They're still going to make moves. And you take a look at, obviously in that division with the Yankees and the Blue Jays, not sure if Toronto is going to be the same team they were last year. So if you're Boston, you're kind of licking your chops and saying, hey, we weren't far off last year. Let's make a couple of moves here and there. It's not as if, and they picked up Sonny Gray as well, as we said. So they've made some good moves that I think could definitely make them a better team. And they weren't too far off last year. I mean, remember they had the Yankees on the ropes last year, So yeah, I mean, it's not as if they were too far off.
Here's a big question for the American League East, because it involves Bo Bichette and it involves three teams that we're talking about: the Blue Jays and the Yankees and the Red Sox.
Sure.
Because guess what? If the Red Sox don't re-sign Alex Bregman, they're probably going to go after Bo Bichette. And we already know the Yankees are going to go after Bo Bichette. And we already know the Blue Jays want to have him back. He's going to be a key signing for that division. If he goes to the Red Sox, they are legitimately, in my opinion, a top contender.
Oh, for sure. And I think they're a contender even without that, because they were already good last year, 89-win team. Had the Yankees on the ropes, as I said. So they've already bolstered their roster even more than it was last year. So you can expect them to be a better team all around. And again, if they don't get Bichette, they probably need to make sure they hold on to Bregman. But if not, they did add Wilson Contreras. So that's a big bat in that lineup, and in that ballpark, especially for a right-handed hitter, they can do well in that ballpark with the Green Monster there. So yeah, I think Boston's definitely a top 5 team in the American League, at least, if not higher. Yeah.
And let's see, since we last talked, obviously we had all of the college football playoff games that have been going on. The NHL has been cooking. OKC has now lost 3 games in the NBA. So about time, although the East is still kicking the West's ass overall.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And in the NHL, things have been going quite well. Still, Mike, you brought up something earlier today, saying something about that Connor McDavid has now taken over the point lead in the NHL. He's passed Nathan McKinnon.
Mm-hmm.
So McDavid getting hot, even though Edmonton, they are now only 2 points out of first place behind Anaheim in the Pacific Division.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for Anaheim to hold on with the kind of talent that you have with Edmonton. We know they're going to get rolling at some point. Draisaitl's up there in points leaders as well. Matter of fact, I think he's in the top 5. So we know those two are going to produce. They don't sell themselves short in that department. So it's going to be tough for Anaheim and even Vegas, who's right there with Edmonton. Man, I really think Edmonton's going to end up getting on a roll, and I really think that they're going to eventually jump those teams for that division at some point. I just think they've got too much talent and they're too good, and they start off slow. They do it. They did it last year. I think they did it the year before even. I think the last 2 years they started off real slow. Matter of fact, people were questioning if they'd make the playoffs because they were starting off so slow. And I'm like, I wouldn't panic with that roster. So, Edmonton's definitely, I think, going to end up winning that division because honestly, I don't think that Pacific division's that tough. As good as Anaheim's been, they're still, they're not experienced enough. They're just now arriving on the scene. Vegas is not the same team they used to be, although, picking up Marner and getting him was a big move for them. So you got to look at that. But I think Edmonton's the better team in that division for sure. So they should start this should start heating up, and they're definitely on a little bit of a roll here lately and been playing better hockey. So
please like and subscribe on YouTube. You see it down there. We could use more subscribers. The more we get, the better, more fun that we have. I will say in the National Hockey League Central Division that the top 3 teams, they've separated themselves by 10 points from Minnesota to Utah, who's in 4th place. Those top 3 teams are probably safe. All 3 of those teams would be in 1st place in the Pacific Division right now. Very top heavy. And then, you've got Colorado, the best team in hockey. They've only lost 2 games. And
that Central Division's loaded. That's the toughest division in all hockey. And again, as I said, this is why I don't like the playoff format, because unfortunately, you're probably going to have 2 of those 2 teams meeting up in the second round as opposed to potential conference finals. And I think that's kind of, I don't like that, because Dallas and Colorado are the best 2 teams in the NHL. And they're deep. They're everything. So, I mean, of course they're an injury away from, I get that, but looking at the 2 teams right now, I mean, assuming nothing like that happens, I just don't know that it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough.
If you took any of those 3 teams and put them in any division, they would be leading that division other than the Central.
Okay? Yeah, no, it's because
Minnesota would be the number 1 team in the East right now. Dallas would be the number 1 team in the East. I mean, there's no 2 ways about it. That
those are the 2 best complete. They're complete teams too. You got to remember that it's not just about McKinnon and Rantanen and Robertson and Nietzsche and all those guys. And I mean, they're not just top heavy; they're deep, and they're goaltending. I mean, we know Ottinger is one of the better goaltenders in hockey, but now all of a sudden, Colorado appears to have gotten themselves maybe a diamond in the rough at goaltender that looking pretty good. So they don't appear to have any big time weaknesses.
Right.
You guys got an SGP for tonight's NFL game? We can.
We got an SGP? Sure. Yeah, let's put one together.
I got nothing on the spread or the total. I'll tell you that out the gate. This is probably going to be more player prop driven or anytime touchdown, something like that.
Well, I'm definitely
unless you got something.
I'm definitely taking Kittle for an anytime, and I'm going to take Taylor for an anytime, no matter what the odds are. You talked me out of Jahmyr Gibbs one night, and he wound up being scoring 2 touchdowns that night.
Right, but I also gave Montgomery, who scored in that game as well. Okay. So it's not as if.
But I'm taking Taylor even at the long odds, and I'm taking Kittle. They're in my video. I'm taking those 2 guys, although I got Taylor for a first half touchdown as an individual bet, but in a parlay, you got to put him in there. So what else you got?
Man, you're going to make me dig deep here. What's Jawan Jennings sitting at?
Where is he? Where you at, Jawan? Let's go back up.
There he is.
Yeah. I mean, that's plus
nice
money.
Plus odds one. I say, why not? Why not go with Jawan?
Plus 778. There you go. Kittle, Taylor, Jennings. Glad you came in, Brandon. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. But guess what? We're getting ready to hit the road, bro. It's time to hit the road, Jack. Got things to do. There is a hockey game coming on here in a few minutes. Brady, don't forget to like the Sports Nuts channel. That's right. We're just going to get better and better all the time. I'm pumped, man. Merry Christmas. 1,900 subscribers. Thank you. Have a great night. See you later.